My name is Tom, and I have a very special person in my life. Her name is Sarah, and she's my best friend for 10 years. We're sitting in our favorite coffee shop near the park today. I am wearing my favorite blue t-shirt and simple blue jeans. Sarah looks very bright in her sunny yellow hoodie. She has short dark blonde hair and a very funny, kind face. I'm a Pixar-style man with blue eyes and short hair. Sarah is a Pixar-style girl with gray eyes and cute visnanki. We first met in high school during a difficult math lesson. I helped her with numbers, and she helped me with history. Today, the coffee shop smells like chocolate and warm milk. Sarah is telling me about her new job at the city library. She loves books and knows many interesting stories. I listen to her and smile because her energy is amazing. A best friend is someone who listens to your every word. We order 2 large lattes and a piece of lemon cake. The sun is shining through the window on our wooden table. I feel very comfortable and happy with my old friend. We talk about our old classmates and our past teachers. Sarah laughs loudly, and her eyes are full of bright light. I remember why she is the person I trust the most. She's always honest and tells me the truth every time. In a big city, it is hard to find a real, true friend. My life is better because Sarah is a part of it. We plan our week and decide to meet again very soon. Sarah wants to go to the cinema to see a new comedy. I prefer action movies, but for her, I can watch anything. Friendship is about making small sacrifices for each other. I pay for the coffee, and we walk outside to the street. The air is fresh, and the city is very busy today. We walk together and look at the colorful shop windows. Sarah stops to look at a beautiful blue bicycle. She says she wants to ride a bike to work every morning. I think it is a great idea for her health and the nature. We reach the corner where we must say goodbye for a while. I wave my hand and see her yellow hoodie in the crowd. Sarah is a person who brings color to a gray afternoon. I'm a lucky man to have such a loyal best friend. The morning was perfect, and I feel full of positive energy. Our friendship story continues with many new adventures. The next day, Sarah called me with a small problem. She bought an old bicycle, but the chain was very dirty. I am good with tools, so I went to her garage to help. I wore my blue t-shirt and took my metal toolbox. Sarah was already there, holding a wrench and looking confused. Her short hair was a bit messy, and she had oil on her nose. We put the bicycle on a stand to see the wheels clearly. I started to clean the old metal parts with a soft cloth. Sarah watched me and learned how to fix the broken chain. A best friend helps you when things are not working well. The garage was full of the smell of old tires and oil. We worked together for 2 hours in the warm sunlight. I felt very focused on the task, and Sarah was very patient. She gave me a bottle of cold water because I was thirsty. We talked about how to stay safe on the city busy roads. Sarah is sometimes a bit brave and forgets to be careful. I told her that a helmet is the most important thing. She agreed and showed me her new bright pink helmet. Finally, the bicycle was clean and ready for test. Sarah sat on it and rode around the garage with joy. The wheels were spinning fast and the chain was quiet. I felt a sense of pride because we fixed it together. Sarah stopped and gave me a big, happy high five. "You are the best mechanic in the world, Tom," she cried. I laughed and wiped my hands on an old red towel. My Pixar-style face was a bit dirty but very satisfied. Helping a friend is the best way to spend a Saturday. We decided to go for a short ride to the nearest park. The sun was setting and the sky was a soft orange color. I rode my own bike and Sarah followed me on hers. The wind was cool and felt very nice on our faces. We felt free and happy moving through the quiet streets. Sarah is a very fast rider, and I had to move quickly. We reached the park and watched the evening lights. The bicycle was perfect, and Sarah was very thankful. I am happy that she can now ride to her library. True friendship is built on small acts of real kindness. We walked back to the garage, feeling a bit tired. The evening was calm, and the stars were appearing. It was a productive day for two best friends today. Sunday brought a lot of rain and a very gray sky. I invited Sarah to my apartment to play board games. The rain was hitting the window with a loud sound. Inside, it was warm and very cozy with a small lamp. I prepared some hot tea and a plate of ginger cookies. Sarah arrived with a big umbrella and a wet yellow hoodie. She took off her shoes and sat on the soft carpet. We chose a game about building cities and trading resources. I'm usually very good at strategy, but Sarah is very clever. She made a smart move and took all my gold coins. I looked at the board and realized I was losing the game. Sarah started to celebrate with a little victory dance. Her Pixar-style eyes were dancing with a lot of fun. I smiled because I love seeing her so happy and energetic. A rainy day is a great time for indoor friendship. We talked about our dreams while we moved the small pieces. Sarah wants to write a book for children one day soon. I want to build a house with a very large garden. We encourage each other to believe in these big goals. The tea was sweet and the cookies were very crunchy. We played 3 different games and laughed a lot. Sarah won twice, and I won only one small game. The time passed very quickly while we were together. Outside, the world was wet, but inside we were warm. I felt grateful for a friend who stays even in the rain. We looked at the raindrops on the glass for a moment. The city looked like a blurry painting of lights and water. Sarah said that rain is necessary for the green trees. She always finds a positive side to every situation. I learned a lot from her optimistic way of thinking. We decided to cook a simple pasta for our early dinner. I boiled the water and Sarah made a tomato sauce. The apartment smelled like garlic and fresh basil. Eating together is another tradition of our friendship. We sat at the small table and enjoyed the hot food. Sarah thanked me for the invitation and the good time. I told her that she is welcome in my home anytime. The rain stopped and the evening became very quiet. Sarah left for her house, feeling happy and very full. This rainy day was full of friendship and warm light. 1 month later, we decided to go on a mountain hike. We woke up very early and drove to the Green Valley. The air was very cold and the mountains were very tall. I wore my blue t-shirt and a pair of strong hiking boots. Sarah had a backpack and her favorite yellow hoodie. We started to walk on a narrow path with many stones. The climb was difficult and my legs felt very heavy. Sarah was ahead of me, moving like a fast mountain goat. She stopped to wait for me and gave me an orange. "Keep going, Tom. The view is worth the effort," she said. We saw many beautiful trees and heard a small waterfall. The nature was majestic and very quiet around us. I wiped the sweat from my forehead with my hand. My blue eyes were looking at the peak of the mountain. Sarah gave me a high five when we reached a high point. We could see the whole valley and a small blue lake. The world looked very large and very beautiful from here. I felt a sense of freedom and a lot of fresh energy. A best friend motivates you to reach the top of life. We sat on a large rock and took a deep breath. Sarah took a photo of the mountains with her camera. She said that she will use this photo for her book. I felt proud of her and her creative way of working. We stayed at the top for an hour, enjoying the silence. The sun was bright and the clouds were very white. We talked about how small our problems feel from here. Nature has a way of helping you see the truth. We started our walk down the mountain very carefully. Going down is sometimes harder for the knees than going up. Sarah held my hand when the path was a bit slippery. We protected each other like a real family during the hike. We reached the car when the sun was starting to set. I was very tired, but my heart was very, very happy. Sarah thanked me for coming on this adventure with her. I told her that I love exploring the world with her. We drove home, listening to some quiet music on the radio. The mountains were now behind us, dark and very silent. This hike was a great test of our strength and spirit. I'm glad we did it together as two best friends. The memory of this valley will stay with me forever. We decided to host a dinner party for our other friends. I invited 3 colleagues from my work to my house. Sarah came early to help me prepare the food and table. I was responsible for cutting the fresh vegetables. Sarah wore a small apron over her yellow hoodie. She was stirring a big bowl of healthy Greek salad. The kitchen was a busy place of cooking and laughter. We prepared a large chicken with potatoes and herbs. My Pixar-style face was focused on the kitchen timer. Sarah was making a dessert with strawberries and cream. She's a very good cook and knows many secret recipes. The guests arrived at 7 o'clock with some flowers. I welcomed them and showed them to the living room. Sarah served the appetizers and made everyone feel home. She's very good at talking to new people and guests. I am a bit shy, so her help was very important. The dinner was a big success, and everyone loved the food. We sat around the large table and told many stories. Sarah told the story about our funny mountain hike. Everyone laughed when she described my tired face. I didn't mind because the story was very funny indeed. A best friend can joke with you and make you smile. We drank some apple juice and talked about our jobs. My colleagues liked Sarah and her positive energy. They said that she's a very interesting and kind girl. I agreed and felt very lucky to have her by my side. After dinner, we played some music and talked more. Sarah helped me clean the plates while the guests rested. We worked quickly and quietly in the small kitchen. It is easy to do work when you have a good partner. The guests left at 10 o'clock, feeling very happy. The house was quiet again, and we sat on the porch. We felt a bit tired, but the evening was perfect. Hosting a party is a lot of work, but very rewarding. I thank Sarah for all her hard work and help. She said that she loves helping me with everything. We looked at the empty plates and smiled at our success. Friendship is also about sharing the work and the fun. The moon was bright, and the street was very calm. This dinner party was another great memory for us. The night was very warm, and we stayed on the porch. We leaned on the wooden railing and looked at the sky. The city lights were far away, and the sky was dark. I could see the Great Bear and many other stars today. Sarah pointed to a very bright star near the moon. She said it was the planet Venus, the star of love. We felt very small under the giant, endless universe. My blue t-shirt felt soft in the cool night breeze. Sarah's yellow hoodie was bright even in the dark. We talked about our friendship and our future lives. "I'm happy that we are still best friends, Tom," she said. I looked at her and felt a lot of sincere gratitude. She's been with me through good and bad times. A true friend is a treasure that you must protect. I told her that she is the sister I never had. She smiled and her gray eyes were very soft and kind. The stars were shining like small diamonds in the sky. Everything felt very peaceful and very right in my life. My short brown hair was moved by the night wind. I felt a sense of complete satisfaction and deep peace. We stayed in silence for 10 minutes, just looking up. Sometimes, you don't need words to speak to a friend. The silence between us was very comfortable and safe. I realized that friendship is the most beautiful gift. It makes the world a better and a warmer place to live. Sarah stood up and said it was time for her to go home. I walked her to her car and said a warm goodnight. "See you on Monday for our bike ride," she called. I waved my hand and watched her car lights disappear. I went back to my apartment and looked at the stars. I am Tom, and I have the best friend in the world. My blue eyes are closing as I feel very sleepy. I think about the coffee, the bike, the rain, and the hike. All these moments are part of our great common story. I am ready for tomorrow because I am not alone. Friendship gives you courage to face any new day. I'm grateful for the laughter and the shared dreams. My heart is full of peace and very quiet happiness. Good night to the stars and good night to my best friend. This is the happy ending of my simple friendship tale.
Write a comment. 3 best comments get 20 English lessons completely free.